Hey, hey everybody, this is Brad at Family Life Christian Church. I just want to give you an update on love and respect. We're going through the midweek devotional on session 8, and what a session it was. If you watch the video, Sarah lays out some fairly practical applications to respect your husband and the importance of what sex really means in terms of what it looks like for a man. And it may have been a little pressing for you. I'm sure chapter 7 or session 7 was pressing for every man if they truly want to apply this. I think it's interesting that Sarah got up and talked about these things. I think that's a key factor in why I like this so much, is that Sarah actually gets up and talks about both the women's side and the man's side, and she's not afraid to talk about it. They don't just leave it to Emerson to talk about. But we're going to go over this midweek devotional here, and then in the second paragraph, he says, respect for a husband is harder to sell than love for the wife, mainly because so many wives feel he is failing to love me as he ought to, so he has to earn my respect. Of course, that is just the point. He doesn't have to earn her respect any more than she has to earn his love. Both are to be unconditional. God commands a wife to put on respect independent of her husband, who her husband is. Just as God commands a husband to love regardless of his wife's lovability. Right? And he gives scriptures to go along with that. But Emerson is really saying right there is that this is a two-way street. Remember, we have to go back to the energizing cycle where it says his love motivates her respect. Her respect motivates his love. It's a two-way street. It's constantly going. And if one of those cogs is not working correctly, then the other one's not going to receive what they need. And it's important for us to realize in a marriage that we need to continue to work towards it. You know, I said last week that the crazy cycle is easy for people to understand because we've all been through it. We all get on it. We all have to get off of it. And we all remember those negative things. But the energizing cycle is harder to learn because a lot of the times, and the perception that's been done, and by pastors too, by myself, is you take a Mother's Day example, and you're all soft and gentle with mothers, and you bless them, and then Father's Day comes, and you just hammer them, right? You say, you need to be a man, you need to be a man of courage. We say that around here. Do whatever it takes regardless of consequences, expect a greater reward, reject passivity, on and on and on. And what that does is that creates a culture where men feel like they need to do it all, and women feel like if you don't show me love, then I don't need to show you respect. And so that's just the culture we live in. But what Emerson is saying here is that we both need to work on it. And when we work on the energizing cycle together, how great our marriage can be. Me and my wife have of course entered the crazy cycle multiple times. We're not perfect, but what we do a good job at is energizing each other. And it's amazing when you're energizing each other how quickly you can get off the crazy cycle, because you begin to realize that I am entering into this, and it's the ability to see it that much quicker. But when you're not energizing each other, the crazy cycle continues to happen. And so this week I would encourage you just to continue to walk through this, continue to pray about your marriage. This is an important thing. And just remember that one day we will be able to go through this again. And we'll be able to sit down and talk about it. We'll be able to sit down and go through this together as a group. But right now during this coronavirus, we're just doing the best we can. And I hope that every one of you is doing good. I've contacted some of you. I'm looking forward to talking to some of the rest of you here in the next couple of weeks. And I just thank you so much for your patience throughout this whole thing. And I know this isn't perfect, but I thank you for continuing to press forward in your marriage. Talk to you guys later.